Hi everyone, today our group will be presenting about Unima's online job system, and our group's members are Nicole, Melisandra, Cornelia, Dixon, and Wei En. The problem statement is students are increasingly seeking for casual or part-time job opportunities. However, in this process, they face challenges due to lack of a centralized job platforms. Also, students prefer jobs with flexible working hours to balance their lives and works. Last but not least, the job's location is also important, especially for those students who are heavily relying on online transport services. And here comes the solution. The proposed solution is to create an app or system that serves as a bridge to connect students and the employer for job opportunities. And this app will list down nearby employment opportunities, making it easier for students to find out jobs that are conveniently located. Also, these apps allow students and employers to submit resumes or advertise the jobs respectively. This way, it will facilitate a seamless connection between students that seeking for job opportunities and employers that offering them, thus addressing the current issues that faced by students in finding employment.
My name is Cornelia Yong and I will be presenting the context level diagram. First, we will start from the employer. First of all, the employer will key in their details into the system. The system will then send the employer's particulars to the Unimas management for verification. The Unimas management team then verifies the employer's particulars and sends the verification update back to the employer through the system. The process is then followed by the student submitting their resume details to the employer through the system. The system then helps forward the resume particulars to the employer. Then, the employer will submit the confirmation details for the employment of the student, whether or not the employer accepts or declines the student's application. That information is then sent to the student to inform them about their employment. Finally, the employer notifies the student of the available interview time through the system. The student will then receive the notice from the system about the employer's available time for interview. The student will then start preparing for his or her interview.
Okay, so now I will be presenting on the data flow diagram level 0. Okay, so the employer and student need to register on the Unimas online job system. So as I mentioned earlier on the context level diagram, the employer need to send their details and the Unimas management will send a verification update to the employer. Okay. And then the employer will post the job and everything. As I mentioned earlier, the student will survey on the jobs and everything. So if they're interested in the job, they will submit their resume and the resume info will be sent to the employer. So the employer will given the choice to accept or decline they will either accept or decline the application of the student. So if they accept, they will schedule an interview for the student. Okay, so this is the data flow diagram level 1. So as I mentioned earlier, the interview details will be sent to the student, right? Okay, so if the interview details that they need to reschedule, so they need to reschedule the interview particulars will be sent back to the employers. So that's it for me. I will pass up to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wei En, and now I'm going to present about one of the crucial process flow from data flow diagram. One of the crucial process flow from data flow diagram is the schedule and reschedule interview process between the employer and student. The crucial process is shown at the notification page of employer. Once the employer chooses to accept the student will be appear under the approved list. Then, the employer can set an interview schedule by entering the date and time here. Besides, they can also press the chat logo button to have a chat session with the student to reschedule their interview date and time.
So last but not least, I will be presenting about the crucial data store, which is the rescheduling data store. The rescheduling data store is in the form of chatting, where the employer and student, they can have endless communication and discussion and agreement regarding on the suitable interview times. And this chatting system is an easy reference to interview dates through chat history. So let's say maybe either the employer or the student, they want to refer back to the interview date, they can just easily scroll back through the chat. And this chatting system is a real-time communication for instant interview scheduling. So you can take, for example, if maybe either the employer or the student, maybe the employer, they have an urgent meeting, so they have to cancel the interview. They can just directly use the chatting system to inform the student that the interview has to be cancelled. So you can see that having a data store and a chatting system for the rescheduling interview time, it provides a good and flexible time management system. And that is it for the crucial data store. Thank you.